Good morning, everyone. Jill here with North Texas Vegetable Gardening, canning recipes, a little bit of everything. Had a subscriber ask about raised beds and what's the best, how to do it, and what successes we've had. So I wanted to go over and show you. This is just one of our raised beds. We do have 3 on the property. I'm also going to put a video in the description of how we built one of them back in 2018. But let's talk a little bit about this. This one is two planks high, and I think each of these planks looks like they're 8 inches, so it's about 16 inches high. Do you need one really that high? No, you don't. We could have gone just 8 inches high, the first plank high on this, and probably did just fine. The key to it is when you're building your raised bed, you want to make sure that you lay down some weed fabric or some cardboard or some paper that's going to act as a weed barrier before you fill it up and start to plant in it. So we went ahead with this one, and there's cardboard under here, and I think the biggest challenge we had, guys, was where are we going to get some good soil to put in here, because it does take quite a bit. So if it was only 1 plank high, it certainly wouldn't have taken as much. But since it is 2 planks high, and if you do decide you want it to go a little bit higher, make sure you have a good source for your soil, for your gardening soil. We've tried several places out here, and we found that one of the very popular places, sorry, I thought an ant was on me. We found that one of the very popular places, when we received the soil and filled it up, that the first year we planted did terrible. And so we tested the soil, and it had almost 0 nitrogen in it. We were very disappointed because it was some pretty expensive soil. So anyway, it was already in here. We have modified it with compost. We have modified it with a bagged potting soil. We have to keep doing that every year to try to maintain the nutrients in the soil and make it to where our plants grow. And if you notice, we have some bell peppers in here. So another thing that my husband has done is he took and put PVC pipe down in between, and then we just added more loops here, or more hoops of PVC pipe, and put shade cloth on top. And I'll tell you guys, this helps a lot in the middle of the summertime. We grew tomatoes in here. We've grown kale, Swiss chard, so we've grown our cool weather plants. We've grown our summer plants, our spring plants, and we've had success with all of them. And I think it's because of this shade cloth. Now, what we can do in the winter for this is we can go ahead and put some PVC plastic on top of it and make a mini high tunnel if we feel like what we have in there needs to be protected. So some of the things that we have grown in the other ones as well, tomatoes are doing fantastic, especially with the shade cloth. They did really, really well in here. Our peppers are, now these are looking a little beat up because it was buried. They were amongst tomato plants that Greg just pulled out yesterday. We've had chard in here, we have kale. Up front we've had lettuces, carrots, spinach. Let's see, what else have we grown up there? Green beans. The bush beans did fantastic in these raised beds. And it was easier on our back to get in here and start pulling when we go to pick our green beans. So you can pretty much plant anything you want in a raised bed. This one is a 10 by, I think it's a 10 by 4 foot, and then we have an 8 by 4 foot and another 10 by 4 foot. And you can see that one up there. He's gonna have to get in there and clean that one out. I don't know if you can see it. So he'll be doing that one today, getting ready for us to plant in that. So what will go in here is we're gonna go ahead and leave these pepper plants in here until it starts to get close to our first freeze. But ants are getting me, and that's another thing about these, is you have to watch your ants. They love this, and so we'll put coffee grounds and stuff in here to kind of deter them away, and it tends to work. But anyway, so we're probably going to put, we've planted cabbage in these and done well. So we're probably going to put some of our, some more cabbage in here, or some cauliflower, or some broccoli. I'm not quite sure yet. I do have a lot of seed starters up there that's getting really close to getting ready to go into the ground. And so I'll start planning that out as he gets those two cleaned up there to see exactly what we're gonna do. One of the things I would not suggest that you grow are onions and garlic. And the reason why I say I wouldn't put onions and garlic in them is because it takes a very long time. Garlic takes sometimes 7 to 9 months. And that's almost a whole year. So you're taking up your whole space, you're a good prime gardening space for a lot of time. So I would not put garlic and onions in these. Some people might build one specifically for asparagus, because asparagus takes a long time as well. So make sure that you plant things that you can rotate in and out seasonal. That's seasonal. Your spring plants, your summer plants, and then go right into fall. So that's what you want to try to do. You can grow a whole lot in just a small bed. For instance, in the 8x4, I only planted half of it with bush beans last year. And we got, I think, 11 to 14 pints canned up just from half of that raised bed. So the moral of the story is, you decide how high you want it. Find you a good soil source. Make sure that you can get into it, because you'll need to modify it every year and add more compost and add more soil and organic matter into it, so that you can keep it going and keep it turned. Make sure that you lay down some good weed cloth, because you can see we put cardboard underneath this one and the grass has started to come through. So we're probably going to have to put weed cloth on top of this and then plant around it to keep the weeds from taking over, at least next summer, because they did really get in here and take over. So make sure that you get a good weed barrier. Make sure you get good soil. Think about doing the shade cloth over it. If you're in a very extreme hot area, just know that full sun in Texas is not full sun everywhere else. It gets extra hot. The sun raises over there, comes over this, and then the high tunnel shades it in the afternoon. So we're going to start planting in this. Before you know it, we've got to add some organic matter to it and some compost and get it tilled up and get it ready to plant. And then those two will be cleaned up, and we will be starting to add our fall planting to that, along with the high tunnel there and this high tunnel here. So I hope that answered all your questions, and I hope that helps you decide as to how deep, how big you want. And you can see this will fit in any small yard, guys. So you can grow quite a bit in a raised bed. We prefer raised bed to gardening in the ground for certain items. Again, because it's easier on our back, it's easier to maintain, it's easier to get to. Greg irrigates it with his irrigation system. So you can pretty much, you can set it up however it is that you want. I hope that I've given you some good ideas on what you want to do, and what you want to grow in it, and how quickly you can get something up. This took him maybe a day. I'm not even sure it took that. But anyway, thank you for watching. Take care. God bless. We'll be in contact more this week. That chicken and dressing is still in the freeze dryer. Thinking it's probably going to be about a 48-hour run, so it'll be coming out here shortly. I'll do a video on that. So again, I'm going to put the link to building one of the other raised beds that we did, to a video that we did a couple of years back. And be sure and check that out. Take care, God bless, and we'll be in touch.